This is the Kpopcast, and we're here to talk about CORTIS debut EP, K-Popped the show, and the debut of NCT's Haechan, along with other issues of the week in K-pop.
Yes, and we also share our hit replays from IVE, Soojin, and Monsta X.
Hey, but before we get into those topics, we have a special guest joining us on the show. It's Todd. Welcome back.
Thank you for welcoming me back. It's been about a year. I literally had to dust off my mic, so I'm excited to be back.
We are so happy to be the reason that Todd dusts off his mic. We're so excited to have his insider industry knowledge and his jokes and just he brings so much to the show every time.
Dusty ass takes too.
No, not dusty at all. All right, so before we dive into all the topics, don't forget to join the Kpopcast listener fam on Slack and help chip in for the show's costs. Links to all that in the episode description. And now, let's hear those hit replays.
I'm Todd.
I'm your host, Stephanie.
And I'm your PD-nim, Michaela, everybody, and hit replays are our K-pop song recommendations for the week. So, Todd, since it's been a minute, you go first. What's your hit replay for this week?
My hit replay this week is IVE, XOXZ. It's a lead single off IVE's new EP, IVE Secret.
Give me the X, give me the O, give me the L-O-V-E. 누르면 다, I want it all. XOXZ. I want it all. I want it all. Give me the max, give me the top, give me the good energy. 모조리 다, I want it all. XOXZ. I want it all. Hey, XOXZ. Yeah. Play. 더 못하게 더 착하게 더는 sing.
IVE is a 6-member girl group on the Starship label. XOXZ was co-written with one of the members, Wonyoung. It was described as a song that sensibly unravels complex emotions like a code. Get it? XOXZ. And conveys the message, I love you, good night, and see you in my dreams.
Is that what they were talking about?
사랑해 잘 자.
Because I was just
That's what
popping
it
it.
means.
I was just dancing.
Yeah.
Right,
So I was
it's a
not
really-
listening to the meaning.
It's got a groove.
Yo,
Yeah, we had to. We almost had to do an arm wrestling battle to who could choose us, but I was first. So.
Todd was first. I snoozed. I loosed. But
But
yeah,
yeah.
this was about to be my hit replay.
But for myself, the first time I heard this, it was an immediate add to a playlist. It
Yeah.
was just I really liked how they kind of like rode the bass line, and the chorus is shoutable in the haze. It's just like a well-tempered IVE song.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that kind of sound is more something we would expect in their B-sides versus a comeback.
Yeah, I don't think they have other comeback or title tracks that sound quite like this. I was like, is this IVE? Okay.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to an IVE album, and you like this, you go get into it.
Yeah, this could be somebody's sort of entry drug into
Yeah.
IVE if they've been sleeping on them.
Sure. Great choice.
If anybody's still sleeping on IVE in 2025.
Hey.
But Stephanie, what is your hit replay for this week?
All right, so I've got some more powerful female vocals for my hit replay. It is Soojin with Chills. So Soojin, or simply Moon, is an R&B singer-songwriter and rapper under, do you say ANVI? Anvi? I don't know. It's a smaller label, but she is 32 years old and debuted in 2018, so about 7 years ago. And I'll just say right now, I think she has one of the smoothest R&B vocal talents in K-pop or in K-R&B today. She's one of the top for me with her technique. And yeah, she also has amazing collaborations. She's collabed a lot with AOMG artists, with Groovy Room. She just seems to be always like networking and introducing herself and featuring on other people's songs and then featuring on hers. So she's got it going on. This track is so kind of similar to how we don't usually hear something like XOXZ from IVE. I do not usually hear like a banger, like a power track from Soojin. She's usually doing, smoother, sultry R&B. This one is hot and sexy, but the instrumental kind of takes me back to Promiscuous Girl.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's really satisfying, really refreshing. And I think the mastering is done so well. The balance between the instruments, the bass, the voice, just keeps the tension high in the track. So I instantly added it to my playlist.
I did. We listened to but we watched the video yesterday, just kind of randomly scrolling through K-pop videos, and that one came up. So I was, pleased that you chose that one. But the big question to me, do you know who that guy in the elevator is?
the very handsome model.
I mean, it completely threw my balance. I was like, whoa, this dude is hella hot. Nice. But I almost forgot about the song. Like, okay, who is this person?
Wow, who's that?
Wow.
If anybody knows, share with Todd.
Yeah, if you know, come to the Slack. Tell us who the hottie is.
Yeah, peep the video though. It's
comment below all the things.
Promiscuous definitely had promiscuous Timbaland vibes.
Yeah, and why not? Why not bring back the sound of some of the most popular songs of all time? Why not? So finally, we're gonna hear from PD-nim. What is your hit replay?
Wrapping it up with the best hit replay of the week,
as
always. Another Starship group celebrating 10 years now in the game. It is Monsta X and their title track for their 10th album, or the X album, In the Front.
Where you at? Anyway. I wanna see you in the front. position. 여전히 나 손붙여의 vision. 돌입하는 mission. 자 정면으로 부딪혀. I wanna see you in the front. Say my name. Where you at? Also in the front. Say my name.
And all we gotta say is like them joints, like
incoming.
Like once I hear that song, because I love him as a producer, I like that tag knows I'm in for a good time.
You're locked in.
I'm just locked in, and it's Monsta X. Like they have always had a really strong hip hop sound, and so them partnering with them joints on this production was just always going to be great. I do though like have more of an earworm with the chorus than the verses. Mm-hmm. Just like that chorus, like was like stuck in my head on first listen, which. For people, just to clarify, because because I was a little confused, in the front, the chorus isn't necessarily indicating a specific position that the members favor. It's the meaning is no. I mean, I can understand if that's kind of like what you interpreted the meaning to be, but it's actually talking about like, I want to see you in the front line. Like I want to see all my friends going with me on this journey because, I'm in the front. I'm stepping over everybody. I'm paving the way. I am the future. Like we're all doing it together. Like we're all on the front together as homies.
Oh.
Yes.
Homies.
But,
All right.
Party in the front.
Especially the more mature groups will say something tongue in cheek, leave it up to the imagination.
And if you know Monsta X
they
lyrics,
are grown
they
now.
Sometimes they don't leave it up to the imagination. Sometimes they talk about wanting to roll
Talking
you like
to
a
you,
tidal wave,
Shonu.
but
Oh yeah.
Not leaving much to the imagination, and I'm here for it.
yeah, but this one is a little bit more like, again, celebrating, their 10th year. It's like we're, even though we've been around for this long, we're not stopping. We're still going forward as a group.
Woo.
So my question for you, Kayla, is it's been 4 years apparently between since they finished up their
Military era.
duties. It's been
Wow.
that long of a break. So do you feel like this is a sentimental pick for you, or because you actually like it? I mean, are you letting this joy that they're back kind of affect your partiality on whether this
Todd's
is
a
good song?
journalist, everybody. Hard-hitting
Well,
questions.
if this song specifically, no, I like the song and I'm happy. The album, I will say, didn't necessarily deliver, at least on initial listen, as like something that's I'm gonna kind of go back to as much as their previous albums. So in that sense, as like a 10th anniversary celebration, I was a little bit disappointed with when I finally sat down to listen to the whole album. But I really like this track, and I really like the pre-debut "Do What You Want." So
I like that.
I really like what
was
we got for
fresh.
the titles. The titles were great.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you for that. I just feel like they're entering a really crowded field now.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
just a bunch.
Can they hang?
Yeah,
But
or
but
they
it's
can
a-
have that same
it's a
juice.
field where they are still kind of in that lane of like men in K-pop, where you have like the fourth gens kind of like transitioning into that like we're grown phase kind of, or like entering military era. You know, they're just coming out of it. So there's not a lot of groups from their time that are like in that zone.
Todd, you're saying they're up against fourth gen guys?
Fifth gen
Yeah,
guys.
I'm thinking like right off the bat, ATs. You know,
Yeah.
just how they've kind of dominated in their place. Even TXT, and you know, at some point, TXT's got to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, big hit fans, but they
Yeah.
are going to have to enlist at some point, and they're going to go through that similar transition. Like, what do we do with our careers? Or will the fans still be there?
I do think, though, at least from what I've seen as far as how active the members have been on like Variety and doing their own promotions
solo
and like their
stuff.
own solo stuff, like they're still very active as like a group and as individuals in Korea and internationally. So I think that this is a strong start, although it is the truth that they are a third gen group and we're on Gen 5, and so naturally newer fans, or at least this newer generation of fans, won't maybe know who they are or they might not have the
Tragedy.
same kind of support that they've had over the past 10 years, but that still doesn't mean that they're not a strong group in the scene.
Such is the life of a K-pop military spouse.
Oh yeah, we all know what that's like.
Just gotta wait, and it's
I mean,
part of the deal.
I mean, there was a reason they inspired Saja Boys. Like, there's a reason why, like, their name specifically comes up, or their name specifically was allowed to be mentioned in relation to that.
Yeah.
Put some respect on their name.
That's right. So that about wraps it up for Hit Replays. It is time for our deeper dive on multiple topics in K-pop. And first, we wanted to actually rewind back to the topic we covered last week, which was the show K-Popped, hosted by CRZY and Megan Thee Stallion on Apple TV. Peter and I had a pretty in-depth discussion about the show, but we wish Todd could have joined us since we always value Todd's perspective, and you were saying that you have some maybe insider knowledge on maybe where the show went wrong or could have been better.
In reference to a former employer, maybe.
So I was listening to the pod last week, and absolutely, like, I had watched, I think, the first 4 episodes and was completely, out of my mind that you were already talking about it. And I was like, I have so many things to think about, which I had kind of barfed up on the Slack about. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll make it really quick, but the cutting, the editing, made it feel like watching a highlight reel, like almost like a TikTok sort of thing. I think that's sort of the what they meant to do, but the continuity is just so hard to keep up with for a half-hour show. It just felt like I was getting car sick, but I'm an old man, so figure that. One thing I wanted to see was Vanilla Ice and Psy talk. And we did not get that conversation because they had similar experiences with becoming worldwide sensations
Just
off of
blew
one
up.
song.
So true.
And if they had a sit down and just kind of like, what did you go through? I mean, and what did you go through and how did you deal with it? This is how I deal with it. It would have been so entertaining, and it would have been an extra level of insight on the differences between and mainstream pop and Korean pop.
Wow.
That's just a big missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity for sure.
And I'd agree with y'all that, or Peter at this case, was the tourism board stuff felt really forced. And let's see how weird, people, NMix, or not, I forget who was with NMix,
The one group who wasn't on the show.
the cockles bibimbap,
Oh, sure.
It's like, come on, guys. It's like, they eat weird things. They eat hot
really
things.
Relying
Are
on
we
these
still
tired
there?
stereotypes. Yeah.
Yeah, but now that's just because I've only seen the first 4 episodes. I did not see the Kylie Minogue one, which I heard is great, with ATEEZ, and the Boyz II Men episode. So
Yeah, that was fun
I'm
too.
going to hold my full review. I don't think we're going to do a 3rd episode on it. But
I don't think so.
but I just wanted to spit those out. Now I feel a lot better.
Yay.
Oh, and also Ninmix did Wadada. I mean, that song was like
Kepler.
Kepler, my bad. So Kepler did Wadada. Like,
Yeah.
that song is like almost 3 years old.
Well,
They could not put something else out for them.
was that
I
song
do-
just so much bigger than everything else released after?
I
Right.
do want to turn the question that we did ask in that episode to you, Todd, as like who was the audience in your opinion, or like what was this show for,
Who
or
was
who
this
was
for?
it for? Like why did this get made?
Now that I've already listened to the episode, I tend to agree that this is for folks that their kids listen to K-pop. And I don't think it was
parents.
it wasn't for the heads like us. It was definitely not for us. It was for folks that enjoy making the Stallion. It's for people. It's actually for old folks because they don't know who all these old R&B folks are. They're not going to know who Lady Marmalade, the song, or Vanilla Ice, even for that instance. So watching one of the things I was just like wanted to throw my remote was when they did a reaction shot to Vanilla Ice, and this one teenager's like, trying to console herself because it's Vanilla Ice.
Right.
She doesn't-
Oh, please.
She has no idea who Vanilla Ice is.
Yeah, editing.
Please. And they're like trying to put something over on us. It's
He's
like,
probably crying for
I mean-
ATEEZ.
I mean, Korean fans will surprise me. The sort of like obscure Western artists that are like really popular in Korea, but I don't think Vanilla Ice is one.
Probably not him. Yeah. Peter and I were saying this is probably geared towards like Gen X parents of K-pop fan kiddos, and that like we being like seasoned K-pop fans are kind of caught in the middle there. We're not the super young K-pop fan, and we're not some of us are the Gen X parents, but yeah.
They keep saying like K-pop is the hottest thing out there, and it's like, and it's blowing up. Like it's always been blowing up.
It's been blowing up for decades now.
So it's obviously not for us. It's for folks that just got hip to K-pop Demon Hunters, and I have a theory that this was rushed out because of the success. It's like, well, we're gonna throw this kind of funny game show we have. Well, K-pop Demon Hunter just blew up.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Let's get in there now.
Get in there.
So they can get their views. But
Yeah, because Apple TV had already had in production their K-pop documentary last year, so it was assumed that this was just part of that docket of like new K-pop productions that they were making this year.
yeah, that documentary. Did we talk about that when it came out? I forget. Had Jesse getting bailed on tour.
Right. Oh yeah.
And the other group that had a bunch of rotating members, and one got kicked out for different reasons, and it was just it kind of ticked all those dark side.
The dark side of K-pop cliches. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess
Apple do better with K-pop.
I got love for Apple. Always gonna have love for Apple.
Yeah,
Love you guys.
tough love.
사랑해.
Sarangi.
사랑해 사과.
Sagwa. Yes,
Thank you for
yes.
letting me. That has been my TED Talk.
Please. Yes, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Love that. No, awesome. All right, so I think it's time for us to hop on over to
What SM's been up to.
what has SM
Basically, yeah.
been up to. Yes, we see that Aespa released a new music video, Rich Man, new song.
Yeah.
It's very different for this
Yeah.
group.
Yes.
Visually.
Visually very different. I think,
Yeah.
especially when we had Dirty Work as the kind of pre-release to this, and then now we're seeing various kinds of dirty work in this music video of like, football and monster trucks and farm labor.
Farm labor. This is very American.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how the girls fit into all this concept.
I mean, the only kind of like background that I have that might make a sense as to why we're leaning this way, this concept is according to some sources, the first like release under their deal with Capitol Records. So like this is the first album under like SM/Capitol Records Aespa. So, and I don't know, maybe there's some like pull for like a Western US market with the visuals of this. I mean, it would make more sense why they're playing football or rugby, or I'm not
Rugby?
100% sure.
I think it was rugby. I have to look at the size of the football, but it did remind me of God's Menu video. Because that was similarly food thematically, and this was dirty work thematically. So things, the same kind of camera cuts and crazy explosions. I'm all for that stuff, though.
Although, according to Aespa, they also didn't really understand the concept until they actually got some like first cuts of it. Or like, oh, okay, so that's what all that was for.
Sure, a lot of it was computer generated as well, so they had to watch it later in post production.
The one thing about this note I had for Aespa is that the song is actually a cover song. It's well, not so much a cover song because it was released in 2024 by an artist named Rachel Canner, and it was more of a punk pop version. And Aespa bought it, or she sold it to them, and so that version is off the internet completely.
Oh,
But
Sold
you can
it
still
completely exclusively. Yeah.
right, so you can still hear it. And I think on Genius, there's like a link to the demo version. And in fact, the demo it says Aespa demo version, but it's the actual song, just to get through the censors. It's very similar. It's doesn't have their beautiful voices, though. I will say I'm not so with the disconnected "I'm a rich man" voice.
right. Yeah. I'm
Feels a
I'm
little bit
100%
too
with
I'm a rich man, I can't do it, but it's not something you shout at the top of your lungs,
No.
when you're in concert.
you. Yeah, and like the delivery itself was very like almost lazy, just kind of like they really just kind of like throw it out without a lot of like emotion. And it's not and with like, again, considering how like visually like you would think that there would be more of an anthem to the chorus of this song.
I was expecting Blackpink Jump, like with
Right?
these visuals.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, all right, a lot's happening. Or God's Menu style, like a banger. But yeah, the vocals were more subdued a little bit.
The only rich man getting rich here is Lee Soo-man.
All his shares.
Oh yeah.
All right, so over on the
boy
boy
side.
side,
In the boy dorm of SM.
compound, right? We have,
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
We have our baby Haechan of NCT making his first solo debut. He's the youngest member of NCT 127. He is a member of NCT Dream. He's the first member of NCT Dream to make his solo debut. So this is kind of this is a really big in the
Is Mark not in
Citizen
Dream?
verse. And Mark is in Dream, but he's also in 127. So like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's so yeah. Haechan is the last member of 127 and the first member of, because he crosses over like Mark does. You know, it's there's a system.
Marks
it's
and
the
everything.
system.
Mark wants to have a dream. He wants to sleep
Yeah.
at some point in his life.
Let him have a vacation.
NCT
Yeah, but-
slumber.
We
Mark
talked
is
about
performing Jopping again. Apparently.
Oh no!
Super M coming back.
Oh no! Anyway,
Anyways, go ahead.
yeah, but we talked in our coverage of Mark's solo album, Stephanie, about how
1999, yeah.
yeah, like the 92 Pressin song with collaboration with Haechan was almost like a handoff in like the solo debut, and so now we finally
There was a
have
wink.
it.
Hey.
Yeah, his
You're up
Haechan
next.
solo debut, and so what do we think?
Okay, so this debut track is called CRZY, CRZY, and I watched this right after CORTIS,
Oh,
and so that
The other
colored
album that
my
came out.
perception, where my gaze just my mind just went like, oh, this is kind of dated. This is
Okay.
like older K-pop. And then as the music video went on, I was like, okay, you've got some fancy footwork going on. The sound is not bad. It's giving me some JT vibes. Can y'all help me figure out what Justin Timberlake song I'm thinking of with the backing track for this? Okay, maybe not, but
I listened to
just
the
like-
whole album, so I'm trying to
oh
remember
yeah,
which
go
one
back
it
to
was.
CRZY. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so it had a sound that's a little bit older. It has a visual concept that's a little bit older, you know, mysterious fine art museum following a girl. Yeah, it was like good enough.
It's very much like checks all the boxes for at least what we've
Right.
expected for a male solo debut from an SM artist.
It's like, sure. Yeah, what are y'all's impressions?
Well, Todd is the only one of us that's actually gotten into the album.
Well, I'll just kind of give you my barf out what I have here. Adrenaline to me is like that's a song that works for me, and it just felt in his lane. The other two songs were Should Be and Gray Rain, which I listened twice, early in the morning when I was kind of rushing around, and then later when I had some time to relax. I'm like, okay, it's good. It's kind of organic and kind of prime K-drama OST vibes. Love Me Beyond, he does that kind of like intro soul talk, you know. I can't believe it's been this long since I've seen you, Debbie,
yes.
baby, you know.
Anytime
went-
he turns off his customer service voice and he gets into that lower range, I'm always here for Haechan.
Oh, you were down with that? I was kind of
Oh,
like, stay in your
yes.
lane, bro.
No.
Who do you think you are?
Because
Yeah.
again, his lane usually isn't down there. It's Todd. Like Haechan for
They
people
go
who-
to him for some high notes.
Yeah, they go for
Yeah.
high notes, the tenor, like his timbre of his voice, and is generally very high, and so anytime he comes down is a great experience.
I'm sure I'm kind of misinterpreting what I heard because I was trying to do like the Manhattan's Kiss and Say Goodbye intro.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's not exact level he was at singing wise. My main question was, is his voice built for this kind of soul that he wants to do? Because it tends to be kind of a little bit thin and reedy. I mean, that's sort of like the appeal. I wrote down Maxwell and Ralph Tresvant.
Yeah.
And what do y'all think? Because I'm not that down with Haechan
He's
or
not a
NCT.
Maxwell. And yeah, I think someone like a Jaehyun, his voice would be more well suited to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Haechan's like sweet spot sits.
Yeah,
with
and
his
that's hard.
voice.
That's hard because, like, and to be honest, that's kind of where the question that I had going into this solo debut is because of his. He has the training of like somebody who should be able to pull off these kinds of songs, but like with his voice specifically, it almost feels like he should be going in a different direction. But I'm not, as an N citizen, I'm also very biased. I love I love this song, and I can't wait to get into the album because I am
I've
just a fan of
a little bit of the
Haechan's
album,
voice.
and I like the arrangements, the instrumentation, the production on the tracks. Like, I like them. But yeah, I have
pink blood for a
question.
reason. I was gonna support this anyway, but as it's a good first step. I'm very curious what comes next. If they give him anything.
I mean, right, is he gonna get another shot?
Yeah.
Do we know like how involved he was in picking out the songs and the concepts and the sounds?
No, I don't really haven't gotten into that yet.
Okay, they need to make a behind the scenes documentary for him. There's not so much SM style. They give us the more mysterious like concept preview stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we're like cautiously optimistic. We're supportive. We love our baby Haechan.
Or at least I am. And
I'll
I'll make up for all the people that don't want to support him. I will support you,
Sure.
Haechan.
Oh, I support him. All right.
But
Now
going
for the main
the
event.
the big album for this week.
What we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Literally waiting for it because we couldn't get it on the streamers, right?
I know. Yeah, back when like we recorded the CORTIS Go episode, I was like, I have a bone to pick
Right.
with somebody for why I cannot get this song Go on my YouTube Music or on Instagram. Like Meta didn't get it either. I wanted to put it on my story. I wanted to put all my non-K-pop listening friends onto it, and it was not there.
You had to do
Now
the
it is.
organic way where you're just playing on in the background and you're like interviewing your friends like that.
Yeah. So just we're talking about Cortis's new album, guys. Color Outside
Yes.
the Lines.
Because the album is out, the EP.
Yeah. What do we think?
Let's see, where do we start here? Let's start with fashion. Or we're gonna
We're gonna react to it, right?
we're gonna react to it. Okay, well then
Let's just set it up. Let's get into it. All right, everybody. So we are doing one of our Kpopcast reactions here on the show. We're going to react to CORTIS Fashion official music video. So when I give the countdown of 3, 2, 1, play, you cue up the video, you press play at the same time as us, if you want to follow along. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Immediately the what the hell, just jumps right at you.
Yeah.
We're not in LA anymore.
Oh,
We're not
no.
in Los Angeles.
What?
Okay, immediately I'm getting like energy. They listen to Playboy Cardi. They listen to Ken Carson.
Absolutely.
They listen
Oh,
to
I love
Travis
that
Scott.
move. Hey. These are like some moves they got from TikTok for sure. I'm not mad at it though. He said what? Did y'all hear that?
Yes. No braids.
Martin.
Thank goodness.
I know.
No braids.
I always have to keep an eye open. Anybody have braids? No.
Okay, did they
They
throw
have
the
these boys
high?
out in the desert and then in the glaciers.
Is it real though? Is this high budget or is it a CG?
Good
Guys.
question.
It's
It looks windy out there.
They got Jean Jacket's cousin, Snake Belt up there.
it'd be funny if Aespa just kind of
be-
walked into the scene right there.
Yeah, they should
with
be
the
there.
cars.
What's up? That's so catchy. For
show.
For
show.
Yeah, it sounds like for show. For show.
show.
Yeah. Hey. These shots are so wild.
This is when the Juicy J.
Yeah, it is like Juicy J. Can't help but dance.
I'm so glad this is like the third single.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
We can talk about what you want in a second, but
Yeah.
it just felt like a total come down from Go.
Yes.
So this
agreed.
puts them back on track. Like, okay, we get Buck, we get Hype.
Woo! They're like jumping in the air.
Hongdae, what's
What's
up?
up? Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it live and everybody
Hongdae.
yelling, "What's up? What's up?"
I wonder if they'll localize it too. If they're like in Stockton playing, they'll say Stockton, what's up?
Hey, oh they should. That's so smart.
Rancho Cucamonga, what's
Fresno, what's up? That was so cool.
the logo? And then I love how in this little end bit they show the where the CORTIS is spelled out in the color outside the lines.
No,
In
boy.
case you didn't.
I did not
Yeah.
know that. That blew my mind right there. Thank you.
Yeah, because that was a big thing. It was like CORTIS. It comes from color outside the lines, and you're like, wait,
Like,
that
what?
doesn't match.
That's
the-
COTL. K-pop fooled us again.
Yes.
No. They had it all planned out. And then look at the spelling or the capitalization on fashion.
Mhm.
Capital F, capital SH, capital N. Yeah. Does that have any significance? Do we know? Or they're just trying to be like, whoa, wacky, out there.
That's what I was thinking. It was like
Fashion.
maybe like a branding thing. I was trying to maybe think if like there was like a Korean word that you would maybe pull
FSH.
from that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure some fans have figured it all out.
So let's talk about this song.
Yeah, let's talk about
this
it.
song. Because
Yeah.
my notes are, okay, so it's basically a K-rap song.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the K-rap people will accept this song?
Mm.
It's like, are you faking and perpetrating?
Oh,
That is the question.
I mean,
I would say where are we talking like underground, like industry, like it like that
like
kind of
show me
like-
the money contestants,
K-hip
like
hop,
that crowd.
Yeah, I would say now yes, because
Yes, what?
yes, they would accept it as because we've had how many years since Bobby pulled up on Showed Me the Money and proved how talented idols can be at rap. We've had again BTS, there's Hyundaes come through and be like, hey, we can make a group and like the rappers actually be rappers and talented and still be idols. And
This song would go hard on Show Me the Money.
I think we've had over a decade
It would
of,
win.
of idols paving the way in the underground scene for the underground to come up and respect what CORTIS is doing. At least
that.
from
And they're also like, CORTIS also, so one critique that they might levy is that CORTIS was paid for by Hybe to go to LA and like pay for these legit hip hop artists to come and like teach them and work with them. So it's kind of a nepotism critique. Like, oh, with all like I'm just an underground rapper. I don't have the money to like go to LA, and my brand doesn't command who is it, AG Club and Teezo to like come meet me. Right? Would they meet with the CORTIS boys without Hybe's money behind them? Would those artists meet with them? I don't. That's a valid critique, I think.
That's deep. Yeah.
With Juicy J, sure, maybe.
Do you think
What's he up to?
All right,
think
what
it
does he
would've
mean?
been- Do you think it'd be different if they flew him to Atlanta, like
Yeah.
instead of California?
And that was like one of the once BTS did American Hustle Life, there was always this one guest that was like, would they or at least Big Hit at the time ever like have it go from like the West Coast to the East Coast to the South, and
Ooh,
like
do a whole tour.
and like pay respect in that sense to those other regions in regards to like hip hop history. I would love to see CORTIS do that. I don't think they will though. I feel like they're very still rooted, and K-pop in general is still very rooted in West Coast and LA.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's like they think LA is enough.
Yeah, they need to get to the roots of like of trap and drill and all that, and the South is a big part of that.
Exactly.
The South has something to
parts
say.
of Texas, Houston, Atlanta.
But instead of promethazine,
New
they'll
York.
probably drinking like Arizona iced teas and their ropes. You know? They're not drinking lean.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I saw in the documentary the members of CORTIS talking about where they want to film, and they seem to be in love with Los Angeles, the location, the idea, like, yeah, we want to show the landscape of the city and the view of it, and we want to be like, our motto is like live life having fun, and this is the place to do that. And so it just seems like that's where they are at mentally, culturally, is like LA is the bee's knees. That's it. That's all we need. And I'm from there, and I'm like, yeah, LA can provide a lot, but it's not the end, And that also LA is like so much the glitz and glamour, conspicuous consumption, and so that it doesn't help them beat the Nepo baby allegations either. Like, it's a privilege to rep that in a way, in the way that they're doing. They're not repping South Central. They're like, we're at Griffith Park, we're at Pacific Park.
Yeah, and specifically, like you said, in the way that they're doing it. But we mentioned again on our previous CORTIS, we were that 5th gen boy groups, it's become a part of a debut where you make a pilgrimage to LA. Like,
specifically.
We saw Boys Next Door do it. We saw Nomad do it. We've seen CORTIS do it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's become like a staple of like 4th gen boys, like the West Coast. Or they have to, or in order to have, and then in order to be a successful boy group, you have to start there.
Yeah. And kind of like, Hollywood entertainment industry, upper class LA. And
what are your thoughts on the other songs?
I mean, we can go back to what you, like, under your breath mentioned about what you want.
Let's start there.
Let's start there. Yeah, and then we can go through the rest.
So, okay, when Go came out, I was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the second coming of New Jeans, but
Wow.
boys. This has a potential for like having maximum impact and kind of taking that torch from them that New Jeans started and kind of going in their own direction, if they're going to continue. But then What You Want came out, and I was just completely just deflated. I'm like,
Todd's shaking his head.
No. It was just so, the way I think about it was like, no knocks against Christian rap, or Christian pop, but this felt like it was right in that same sort of like alleyway.
Dare you to move today.
Shout out to Lecrae, man. Lecrae kind of goes hard.
Oh, yeah, and Lecrae.
Like, catchy songs, but like,
So
they're not edgy, not hard, not like, ugh.
And that is why I locked into them, because of that kind of, like, I like a group that can do both. I like a group where I can listen to their album when I want to cry and chill. I can listen to their album when I want to just like thrash and like be hype. And so I locked into that, and that what you want to, again, the album itself kind of feels like a very, like, it's just in general sound wise, right? It's very guitar forward, right? Very band forward, and I feel like that song specifically is like highlights that the most.
Then there was the other ones, Joyride and Lullaby.
Yeah.
They just kind of sat there, just kind of like afterthoughts almost, kind of like Nap of a Star, the TXT's debut. They were just kind of like moody, reflective type stuff, because they need
like
to
I
have
said.
it in there.
If maybe you just weren't in the mood, Todd. Maybe you just need to be a depressed teenager.
I thought there was some, the strong point of those was it gave the EP a little break
Yeah.
for the brain, and like I did feel nostalgia listening to those, to when like I was coming up, high school, college.
Right?
It was a
And
nostalgic
again,
sound for me.
If TXT is Gen Z, then CORTIS is Gen Alpha, and that's everybody born after 2010
Dang.
who is a teenager right now.
Yeah,
Or
I guess
younger.
when they were born is where that sound was coming out. I was a little disappointed by the vocals on those. I thought, all right, if you're gonna do a song like this, hit it out of the park. I don't want to hear off-key people.
On like Lullaby or
Yeah,
yeah,
the harmonies could use some work.
very very rough.
This is more of a rapper group.
They throw a lot of good rap hands too. Especially in that video we just watched. I failed to mention that.
Hey. Yeah.
But like
Do
you
we
said,
have like members whose rap style stands out that we want to?
well, just like the two members, like I forget their names, but the leader,
James and Martin.
the tall one.
yeah, they're like producers and they have choreography
Martin and James.
credits for Deja Vu and Magnetic
Exactly. Yeah.
for TXT and Islet. So they obviously know what they're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
And that's why I also made the comparison to Icon in the sense of like, feels like James and Martin are kind of like the BI and Bobby of this group, and then the
I like
Korean the other Korean members are you know like they're solid, they're still talented, but they're still not as like forward in the production, you know.
They're not as experienced in that realm. Yeah, Martin specifically, I saw in the documentary that his dad installed like DJ production software on his computer when he was like in elementary school. So the dad had a vision like, Martin, you're going to be one of these producer prodigies. You're going to be good at music. I'm like, okay, yeah. So he has some years under his belt.
that is such a
Like,
that guy did not go down to the flea market and go find a busted ass turntable.
no.
Find the other one, pulled it out of a dumpster, found an old Radio Shack mixer, and just kind of jerry rigged
it's
it
not
together. He loaded software
He loaded software onto his
Please.
son's computer, right?
so hard.
Not these boys are not hard at all. They're so
Yo.
soft.
Come on, man.
They're
That's
super
like
soft.
a moment of his life he'll never forget.
Yeah.
That time my dad loaded
Dang.
Ableton Pro,
exactly.
and I got to learn how to create songs. Like, dude,
Ruthless.
come on, man.
Hey, it got him to where he's at.
Kids.
Yeah, that and connections. It's about who you know.
What do we think of the Teezo feature? I know, Stephanie, we didn't really know who they were.
We
but
didn't.
Todd,
We had to ask.
They were.
Can anyone help us?
So, dude, okay, so he's like a rapper, not a rapper. He's just sort of like this creative figure in Beaumont, Texas. He's done features with Little Uzi Vert and Kendrick. Or he's fans of Kendrick. He opened up for Kendrick's show, not this tour, but the tour before him.
Wow.
And he's even shouted out in Not Like Us. It's like,
Wow.
oh, really? Okay.
nails in your head like Teezo. something like that.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
that refers
Yo.
to him. So, I listened to it, and I did not hear where he was. And then I had to watch the video. Like, is he even on this?
He just blended
What
in
he
so
did
well.
is he sang his verse.
Yeah.
Similar in the same way that they did. So I felt like, whew, I'm sleeping on Teezo a lot. And it just shows how versatile this guy is. So so he didn't really add much. I mean, like, there wasn't
I
like this
expected
transition.
of a
It was
splash.
just-
Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like a feature in the sense like okay, now is the Teezo part. It's
it
more
wasn't
of,
like
wasn't-
Dochi. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like,
Bars,
whoa,
right.
oh my God, it's Teezo. Like what?
Yeah.
Where was he?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to listen to it again and go, okay, what part of it? I mean, is he saying kind of off the wall stuff? Because he's a very off the wall person. He's got nails in his head.
I was listening for that. And I didn't hear much off the wall stuff, and I wonder if it's the label saying don't go too far. Teezo,
like he
you're
blends-
here because of your name, and we need your
He blends
social
in
capital.
like like from his like vocally in for this song, but it's not necessarily him coming with like his style, like what we would expect from other rappers that have featured now, like Megan, like Glorilla, like
yeah, Doechii.
Lotto, like
Yeah, there was no
Doechii,
bars.
like, yeah.
There's no bars.
There's no
in it.
bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That I hate to
They
be cynical.
Nicki Minaj'd him in this one.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
What's good,
gosh.
Korea? You know I've been a boss for my whole career.
Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to be cynical, but the way this feature turned out, it seemed like it was done to drive buzz.
For both
But
parties.
then, yeah, for both parties, probably mostly for Cortis.
Well, like Teezo for like the K-pop audience, like because
I guess, yeah.
I mean, we didn't know who he was, so
Yeah,
And-
yeah, maybe
and-
some K-pop fans will hop over and check him out.
who are already fans
Rolling
of
Loud fans.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have done much more with that.
Well, then
Okay,
they
so-
had a Juicy J like showed up in the studio for their
Yeah.
recording, and somewhere out there must be like a hidden Juicy J verse on a CORTIS song.
I
Now,
guess
if you listeners, K-pop listeners don't know who Juicy J is, look
Oh,
up 3-6 Mafia. Maybe not. Maybe I won't say some of the songs he's been on because it might be.
Yeah, just the song titles are.
Yeah.
You can look it up on your own. We there we go.
But
But
yeah,
Juicy
he's-
J is very well known hip hop artist from a couple generations ago.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, getting them in the studio with him kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wow, okay, they're leaning on this Academy Award winning
Right.
singer-songwriter, by the way, for from Hustle and Flow. It's hard out here for a pimp. Sorry.
Right.
Which won the Academy Award.
That's true. I was like, what did he win an award for? Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to like the next, what's next already.
Right.
You know, they've already satiated our appetite. They've put out a couple of small, guitar-y songs, and then there's the Go bomb.
the real title track in Todd's opinion.
Yeah.
Are you gonna call it the debut track? Are you
It
gonna
was
call it-
I
technically
guess
like
so. It's a pre-release.
pre-release, and then
I feel like K-pop does this so much. The pre-release is bigger than the title track or the whole album.
Yeah. So Go in
bigger and
Fashion 1 and 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Fashion is Go Part 2.
so in the next album it should be Fashion Part 2, Fashion Part 3, or
Oh, gosh. Yes.
just something within that sound, not necessarily like building off of like this very specific song.
I mean, if they get a cameo from Cardi or Carson.
Oh, yeah. That's what they got to
Travis.
do.
Although I haven't really seen much of the documentary, but what I have seen is apparently there's a character that is like blurred in some of the sections, and it might be hinting that originally there might have been a sixth CORTIS member who was possibly cut. It's either he's like a sixth member who was like cut at the last minute, or he's a producer in some cases. It's just there's a guy that's blurred in some scenes of the documentary that we don't know who he is.
I see a fair amount of blurring going on, though, just because of like it could be journalists, it could be just like the caretakers, the people that feed them, because they don't want
But
their
it's
faces to get.
it's in the scene where like they're in a recording booth together.
I notice it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's where you're like, okay, maybe he was an original, like a possible member.
It could be just that they couldn't get the person's okay that I don't want to be on camera. But the speculation, I appreciate that, Michaela.
I just want to lead it to the drama. It was like the
More
hidden
drama.
CORTIS member, or it's like, or are they going to add to the CORTIS later? Is
No.
is CORTIS
Can't do that.
Hype's answer to NCT?
Please, no. I like that there's not too many members here. I can keep track of them. I think that about wraps it up for our discussion of the CORTIS album, Color Outside the Lines. Shall we do our famous Daebak or Not go round.
I didn't wait a year to not do this.
Oh, I know. Gotta do it if Todd's back in the studio. All right. So, with all things considered, was CORTIS debut EP Daebak or not?
Daebak for me.
Daebak for me.
And it's a Daebak for me. Like, I'll be honest, I came in very, very guarded with this whole album. I was like, okay, they have to have a song I won't like. And I'm like, oh, I love all of these.
Oh.
Yeah, the positives overweighed the things I didn't like about it. And
The positives
makes me want to look forward to their next one.
Exactly. Yeah. I wonder how they're going to build on this. Yeah,
CORTIS.
the positives like Go and Fashion are just like blow out of the water so much of what's coming out in K-pop right now. It's a game changer sound.
Yeah. And with Go, also this whole album, like, it feels like it's come out at the right time. Because I feel like it could be a great summer album, but I feel like it could also be a great fall album. Because it leads into that moodiness on the B-sides.
It has a little dark edge to it.
So it's coming out, I think, at the perfect time for these sounds.
Wrapping up, let's let our listeners know where they can find us all online. We'll start with our special guest, Todd.
You can find me on IG and Threads at NATTOTODD, Nato Todd. We'll be reviewing the TXT show in San Jose tomorrow, the Tuesday, and it should be in the SF Chronicle Wednesday.
All right, we'll look forward to that. You can follow me on Instagram at Catchlight27.
And I'm at PD-nim on the Kpopcast Slack. And of course, we are all on the Kpopcast Slack. So guys, if you have any other thoughts or comments or want to share the Justin Timberlake song that Stephanie was trying to think about,
What is it?
Come join us on the Slack. And also, if you want to support the show, please consider donating to our Ko-fi. And of course, as always, shout out to the one that is holding it down, Chelsea
Holding
H.
it down. Thanks, girl.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.